Hello, welcome back to a little bit of an update video. Not a lot's been happening just lately because, as you can see, I'm in my kitchen right now. I've been doing a bit of work on it. We've had new worktops, new sink, new hob, and I've took down the old hood and bits and pieces behind me there. New cupboards going up. Still waiting on a few bits and pieces to come, so thought I'll put a little video together, tidy up the house a bit so we can put it on the market. So we'll go into the garage now and I'll talk you through a few bits and pieces that have been happening with the car. So we're here in the garage now and it's an absolute mess. I can't remember what I talked you through in the last video because it's quite a while since I've uploaded. Like I explained earlier, I'm replacing most of the kitchen and we've got a fair bit of other work to do on the house. We're tidying our house up because we want to take the opportunity to sell it and buy a new one. Probably not the best time of year to put the house on the market, but we need a bigger house. We've got 4 children at home and we live in a 3-bedroom semi-detached, so it's getting a little bit tight for space. So I've been really busy working on the kitchen, like I said before, doing the worktops, hob, sink, replacing all the cupboard doors. We've got some new cabinets going on top. I'm tiling, I've done the floor, and we're off to IKEA this afternoon to look at tables. So we're just tidying a few bits up just to make it look a bit more presentable for people coming to have a look. So the Mini, I'll pick the camera up and show you around what's happening with it in a couple of minutes. But the last time I drove the Mini, I took it to work about two weeks ago, and on the journey there was a strange rattle started. As I pulled out of a junction, I got the revs up quite high and it started making a funny rattle. As soon as I backed off the accelerator, the rattle went away. So I carefully drove. I was only half a mile or so away from work at that time, so I carefully drove the rest of the way to work, and then on the way home I just took it steady and it didn't rattle until I went over 50 miles an hour. So I kept it under that speed, took the country lanes route home, and all was good. It doesn't sound, the rattle stops when you back off the accelerator and idling your car near anything. I'm not sure whether it's under the bonnet or the actual bonnet itself, because you can hear it's quite rattly, that bonnet. So I kind of popped it up in the garage and left it and thought I'll have a think about getting round to it. I haven't got time to look at anything at the moment because we're working on the house, so it's just been sat here. But then not a week just gone, a week before, I got an email from Mini Spares about a safety recall on the brake master cylinder. There's a range of dates when cylinders were purchased that are affected by this safety recall. So mine falls in that range of dates, so I can't drive the car at the moment because there's an open safety issue with the brake master cylinder. So what I've got to do is I've got to take the master cylinder off and have a look at a date code on the bottom. If the date code lines up with those supplied on the manufacturer's website, then I've got to send it back to Mini Spares and they'll send me another one, which is a little bit frustrating, but it's at least I've had a safety recall notice rather than, I don't know, some Chinese eBay manufactured parts that just let you carry on, I guess. If the brake master cylinder fails, then you're in trouble. Something else I just wanted to talk you through is this. I picked this up at Castle Combe. It's a 12G 940 1275 cylinder head. It's an early one, so it doesn't have hardened valve seats for unadded fuel, so we'll have to add an additive, but the valves aren't too big. What my plan is with this is to put it on my 998 engine. The engine's got a Mini Spares Evo cam, and I've rebuilt it, as you hopefully will have seen in some of my other videos. I just think it could do with breathing a little bit better, and these valves are considerably bigger than the standard 998 valves. So plan is to fit that. I've measured the valve, the cam lift, which then done the sums with the standard rockers to work out how much the valve opens, and it will interfere with the engine block because of the shallower chamber in the head. so I've got to do a little bit of work. I've been speaking to a few people about this, and just got to do a little bit of work to just relieve space in the block for the exhaust valves to open, because otherwise they'll foul the block and we'll end up with bent valves and snap rockers and things like that, and the car won't work. So I've got to do that. Also, I've read about some of the coolant passages in the cylinder head that need realigning for the 998 block. So what I've read on, I think it was Mini Mania website or something like that, is to tap out some of the coolant line bores, fit a plug in there, and then re-drill it offset slightly to line up with the 1275 head gasket, the 998 block. So I'm not going to be getting onto this work soon. I need to keep the Mini as mobile as possible for the foreseeable future, because if we do sell our house and we need to move, then I can't be having a Mini in bits all over the garage. Plus I'm very busy in the house at the moment, so that's a future project to work on. 1275 head on a 998 block, which should be quite interesting. I'm going to show you a couple of bits on the car. I can't remember if I've talked you through the wheel arches, but I'll show you the wheel arches I've got on the car. Now, I can't remember if I've already showed you these. I bought these arches from JBW, was it? No, it wasn't. It was Huddersfield Mini Spares. They call them Group 4. They just cover the tyre a lot better than the standard arches, which I've since ran over and broken. So yeah, I've fitted those front and on the back there. You don't get the tyre sticking out past the arch now, so they still need painting. They're fiberglass with a kind of a transport coat, I would say. So yeah, I still need to get some paint on those at some point, but I still want to paint the roof white. But then with the arches, I was considering painting the arches black and then doing the roof black as well. But I like the white wheels, so I don't know, I need to make my mind up. I have bought another bonnet. It is with my friend Mr. DJSE, because it was an eBay buy in Manchester. So once I get my hands on that, I'll be able to get rid of this metal one and go with fiberglass just like this. So just got to find time to pop up to Manchester and fetch it. So I think all of that said wraps up this short update. Like I say, I'm not doing a lot of work on the car at the moment. I'm busy in the house getting it ready to put it on the market. So there's going to be very few videos in the near future. So look out for them. If you're subscribed and you've got the little bell ticked, you'll get a notification when a video comes. But in the meantime, there's going to be very little. If anything, if I do any work on the car, I'll bring the camera along and show you. But I will video when I get round to taking the brake master cylinder off and having a look at the date stamp. That'll be quite an interesting one, I think. So stick around. Videos are going to come out very slowly, but I'll get them out as and when I can. Thanks again for watching, and I'll hopefully see you soon.